Good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and our live coverage of the Dirt Slingers Racing League. Monday Night Thunder, Rock and K Logistics, Big Block Modified Series presented by Jess and Jim Steakhouse, Scott King Designs, and the School of Sim Racing. 16 Big Block Warriors checked in for tonight's action at Williams Grove Speedway. Quick look at our points before we get into anything else. I'll give you our top five at the halfway point of the season. Anthony Morano has a 12-point lead over Dylan DeWert and about an 80-point lead over Kevin Hanley. Now, drop weeks are starting to figure in. Some of these guys haven't gotten to the drop week. Some have. All three of those top three have a win this season in the series. Garrett Boyd is fourth in the points. Greg Keppel is fifth. Neither of those two drivers have wins. You drop all the way to seventh. Sam Bachman, who I do not see currently in the server, he's got a win, and you drop all the way down to 14th before you find our other winner, and he sits 10th on the speed chart right now. 18 drivers officially, as Adam Vinny and Richie Gaines have officially made it into the server tonight. So the average number of cars that these guys carry weekly, 18. Here again tonight. One of the trickier tracks, this little paper clip, while large in size, at just over a half mile, presents a little bit of a challenge for some of these guys because the straightaways race very narrow, but the turns race very wide, but there's not a lot of room. It's hard to explain. That's just how it is. We're going to have about 3 heat races. We're going to go to our 40-lap feature. Don't forget, it's a doubleheader tonight. Second show, 9:30 Eastern. Jess and Jim Steakhouse 360 Wing Sprint Cars, and they will be at Lincoln to wrap up the Pennsylvania swing of the series. They have been there for 3 weeks in a row. They were at Williams Grove. They were at Port Royal. They were at Lernerville. And this week they wrap it up at Lincoln Speedway. So they'll get out of Pennsylvania. We'll see who's left standing. And we'll take a few days, but we will find out who our Pennsylvania champion was for season 25. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you got a favorite driver. Shout them out. We're looking for YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. You guys hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, like, share, and follow. All right, practice session coming to a close. These guys will get out here and qualify. We are going to do our level best. We are going to do our level best to follow a little bit of this. I have got to. I can't even do that. Well, I can't even get to that, so that's not going to work. Yeah, whatever. All right, qualifying drivers already out. Brandon Garman is a new driver to the series in the 18 car, one of the School of Sim Racing drivers. He and a host of others. We'll watch for times here. I know some of our drivers are already out, so we'll grab them as soon as they cross the line here. I know that Boyd was out running his laps too. Matt Westfall, quickest before Garmin crossed the line. Garmin besting by half a tenth at 20:56. Garrett Boyd, third quick there. Tom Ostendorf goes just a touch quicker. Kevin Hanley now, the Cadillac man, going to the top of the pylon. 20.48 seconds. This is Garmin's second lap. Not really going to do much for him. He ran the exact same time. Anthony Morano. We will watch Morano. Boyd is finished. I need to grab him. Hey, Garrett. We're live on the air, but if that's one of the SSR guys, those guys can send him an invite. They should just be able to go up there to welcome and send him an invite, or send him one to the parking lot where he's at. I'll throw you in there for a second and let you tell him. All right, drivers, trying to wrap it up. Sorry, we had to do a little admin work right there. Chase Crowder moved up a little bit. He went to 13th. Richie Gaines, newcomer to the series right here. And the 0 car ran out of time, did not get it going. Giovanni Mungan jumps to the top right before qualifying close, 20.4 seconds. He will be your quick qualifier, and he'll grab all the bonus points this evening for being quick qualifier. So we're going to line up. We're going to look at our starting lineup for our first heat. 6 cars scheduled in this one. The 74 of Kurt Knife already won a race earlier this season. He starts on the pole, and he's got the 54 of Matt Westphal, the Flying Buckeye, beside him. Another winner in the series, Anthony Morano, and defending champion of this series. Row 2 to the inside with Giovanni Mungan, your top qualifier for the evening, on his outside. And then we'll move back to row number 3. It's going to be the 6 of Chase Crowder. Next to the 011 of Richie Gaines, that 0 car looking pretty good as a homage to the late, great Scott Bloomquist. So Nye already a winner this season. Kurt and I won our second race. Anthony Morano opened the season at Oswego with a dominant victory. Nye dominated in race 2. Bachman in 3. DeWert in 4. And Kevin Hanley won last week. We're going to see if we can go 6 races, 6 winners this season. Or if somebody in this field tonight will be our first 2-time winner in the Big Block Series for season number 25. Hello, Bill. Welcome to the chat. Always fun to have all of our regulars in. We always look forward to all the interactions. No other races this week until we get to Thursday night. We'll have the Paul Nichols, the 3rd annual Paul Nichols Memorial Turkey Trot 100. Big Block Modifieds for 100 laps over at Knoxville Speedway. Our friend Tim Nickel always celebrates his father's passing. It was right around Thanksgiving, so we do our best to help him out. But the truck is in, safety car going, and it's time for green flag racing. Kurt Nye, what a wonderful start for him. He is going to be able to get out clear track, not have to battle anybody. Morano and Westphal going side by side. Now Mungan works to the high side of Morano. We'll see who has the best line through 3 and 4. Right now it looks like that middle and outside are going to prevail as Mungan clears Morano, and Nye was able to hang on from the same line up at the front because Matt Westphal drove it in there pretty deep on the bottom, pulled alongside, but did not have any exit speed. And he gives back everything he gained right there. Mungan trying to move the marbles a little further up the hill. He'll hang on to 3rd. Chase Crowder in 4th. Richie Gaines. We see Richie on Thursday nights over in Netcode Esports servers with the Red Driver Mighty Midget Series. It's good to see him moving around, getting some more experience. 3 laps in, 5 to go. Nye, Westphal, Mungan, Morano, the top 4. Everybody's still on the same straightaway. This is a pretty tight little race. Easy rolls through the corners, get the power down. You fly to the end of the straightaway and then pitch it off in there. About 80, 85 miles an hour, the average speed around here for these cars. They get it in there at about 105, 106, and they back it down to around 70. 117 that time on the entry. Lowest speed, 74 miles an hour through the center of the corner. Nye hanging on. He'll come around to 2 to go. Mungan trying to close in on Westfall, but he's got company as well. Morano right there off the left rear corner. Morano's got the nose to the inside. Mungan going to have to stay up high. They almost go 3 wide through the center of the corner. Oh, they'll contact, and that's going to hurt Morano. He's going to stop going forward. He's going to slide back, and that may be enough for Mungan to hang on. He almost got Westfall to change his line right there. I don't think it's going to happen here. He'll go in, go low, go through the middle. Big run off the top side for Westfall. Nobody's catching Kurt Nye. Kurt Nye will win the opening heat race tonight. Take it flag to flag. Westfall will hang on for second. Mungan is third. Morano fourth. Gaines got around Crowder late. He takes fifth, and Crowder will come home in sixth. So heat race 1 in the books. Good, clean racing by everybody. Hello, Jane. I see you over on the Twitch. So we'll get ready. Show you heat number 2. This is how we're going to line them up. It's going to be the 49 of Buddy Ware. That we forgot to change his number again. Dang us. It's actually the 17 on the track of Buddy Ware. Next to the 20 of Dylan DeWert. DeWert, a winner in the series already this season as well. Newcomer, Brandon Garman, the 18 car. He starts inside row number 2. Next to Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley in that 110. And then Adam Vinny. Rare sighting from the 11 car. He starts row number 3 next to Larry Moody in that 73. Larry Moody adorning all the colors for our wonderful sponsor, Rockin' K, Justin Jims. Got the victory fuel, aces up, all on the car. We just keep forgetting to change that guy's number. You got to look at a 49 up there on the pylon, but it is actually the 17 on the side of that race car. We made a note and then ignored the note. So, oops. Maybe we'll ground ourselves from broadcasting for a week. What do you think about that? Yeah, I don't like that idea very much either. We'll have to come up with something else. All right, drivers were shown where the start line is down there in turn number 4. Big, long straightaways. The paperclip in PA. Kind of tight but flowing corners here. They're not super tight. They're not big and wide and huge. But the place race is a lot different than it looks. It really does. It is a lot of fun. It's a very technical. It's a driver's track. If you're going to be successful here, you've got to do a lot of things, and you got to do a lot of things well. All right, we're going to lose our pace vehicle down here in turn number 3. It's going to be time for heat number 2. Fantastic start to things. That first heat, very good. Pretty competitive, so we'll see if the second one lives up to the billing. As Ware gets a great start, green flag is going to fly. Buddy Ware right to the front. We know he is going to try to go right through the middle. He doesn't want to get up there in that fluffy stuff. He doesn't want to get down to the bottom and pin the car down too much. DeWert into second. Hanley is third. Garmin is fourth. They're side by side at the back still. Vinny and Moody. And now Moody's going to have a little bit of an advantage down the front stretch. A little contact between he and Adam Vinny. Both cars able to continue on, keep going straight. We'll get back up here to the front because DeWert trying to run down Ware, and he's going to go way low. Trying to get the bite on the exit. Ware off the top has the momentum, but that time DeWert showed him he could get there. And now Garmin trying to do the same thing on Hanley. Hanley comes downhill a little bit with a cut down line there, trying to make that straightaway even longer than it is. Kevin Hanley closing in on the battle for the front. DeWert's alongside by about half a car. Ware keeps the point for now. Side by side down the backstretch. Now Ware with a slight advantage. He's got to get through 3 and 4 good to keep the lead. They're going to be almost 3 wide coming out of there. Ware's got the point by half a car. Hanley is just about pushing him down the straightaway. Very tight racing. Oh, Kevin Hanley catches the opening down the backstretch. He's going to keep the car going. We are not going to go yellow. That changes the complexion of things at the front. He just got the right rear too close to the outside fence down the backstretch, and that opening bumps in ever so slightly, and it'll reach out and grab you. And when it does, you're kind of stuck. You're going to be on the spin cycle for a second. Ware's going up all the way to the fence to see if there's any bite up there. And, boy, there was. He got a good run out of 4-2 to go. They've got a pretty good gap over Garmin in third. Hanley's still fourth, then Moody and Vinny 5 and 6. This heat looks like it's going to come down to the wire. We were going to have a very tight 3-way battle. Now the white flag out, and it's a tight 2-car battle at the front. What is DeWert going to try to do to find something that Ware can't defend or can't see coming? And I don't think it matters. Ware got a great ride down the backstretch out of 2. He'll get into 3 and 4. And Buddy Ware going to go. My goodness, he didn't get it. DeWert got him at the very end. I think Ware drugged the fence out of 4, just a touch, and DeWert gets by him by a tire width, wins it. Ware, Garmin, Hanley, Moody, and Vinny, the order of finish in that one. What a race. Time to take a look at the starting lineup for our third and final heat. It's going to be the 32, Tom Ostendorf on the pole, and he'll have his buddy, the 31 of Tim Nichols, next to him. Greg Keppel, the 38 car, row 2 to the inside, with Garrett Boyd in the 21 on his outside. Boyd, good in practice, good in qualifying, so he'll get a good starting spot here. Row 2, going to see what he can do after that. Roman Gephardt, 21 car, the other 21. He'll be row 3 to the inside, and he'll have Scott Thomason on his outside as we roll things off. 2 extremely competitive heat races thus far. Now, can we get a third? Ostendorf was quick in practice. The 131 there of Nichols, I didn't see him get laps in. I wasn't watching for him. But I know the 38 and the 21, the red and black one with the blue, yellow numbers on it, had a very good practice session as well. So we'll just have to see. Everybody in this heat race could be a factor. All right. Lights are off. That means the pace truck's getting out of the way, and our third and final heat will get underway. We will not have the need for any consolation races. They all have a few minutes of warm-up, and then we will get ready to go to tonight's 40-lap A main. All right, pace truck's getting out of the way. That means Ostendorf and Nichols get us started here out of turn number 4. Ostendorf punches it right at the end of the start box, and he'll get a pretty good run down into 1 and 2. Little slippery, little slidey, 4 wide behind it. Nichols was in the middle of the sandwich with Keppel. We had the 221s stacked bottom and top. Gephardt on the bottom, and Boyd was on the top. Boyd gets away with second. Nichols is still third. Keppel and Gephardt are going at it for 4th right now. Scott Thomason right at the back of the pack right here. He might just be trying to play patient and see what's going to happen in front of him, because they are getting racy right there. Keppel trying to work high on Nichols. Nichols had the car out in front of him, and Gephardt didn't leave him room to the inside as he sealed the door on him. Wasn't going to let him go low and try to cut in front. Oh, contact, car up in the air. That time, Keppel's car lifted off the ground with the nose. We got a battle for the lead on the outside. Garrett Boyd leads that lap. And he is trying to take the lead from the high side. It looks like he is going to get it done right there in turn number 2. Ostendorf to second. Nichols still hanging on to third. Keppel is fourth. Gephardt, after the contact, slid back to fifth, and he's a little bit off of Keppel now. And then Thomason is tucked right behind him. We saw the contact. Keppel's car lifted up, and that shot Gephardt to the inside. I think he brushed the fence. I don't think he hit it too hard. We'll go back to the front because the gap is opening up. We're down to 3 to go. Boyd easily hanging on to the lead. Ostendorf had the lead early, now has second. And the battle's going to be for third here these last couple of laps because Keppel has reeled in Tim Nichols. Good run out of 2 for Keppel. He'll go down to turn 3. I thought he would go slider right there, and he did not. He is just going to try to drive it through and off the exit and get the spot the natural way. And he didn't get it that time as they had a little contact coming out of 4. White flag coming out this time. Boyd into 3 and 4. He'll see it first. He's got about a second over Ostendorf. And Ostendorf's got about 7/10 over this battle. And I think we might see change for third if Keppel can get in there. He didn't get the car rotated early enough. That might not help him at all, especially down here in 3 and 4. He's not going to be anywhere near close enough for a slider. So Boyd picking up the win in Heat 3. Ostendorf is second. Nichols is going to hang on for third. Keppel, Gephardt, and Thomason. Heat racing action officially in the book. So the guys will get a few minutes. Go out here, iron the track down, make some final adjustments. We, in the meantime, want to talk to somebody and find out what's been going on because we've missed him for a couple of weeks. Kurt and I, are you there, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Raj?
Well, you know, I got to ask, you've been gone for a couple of weeks. You missed some pretty good racing. But here tonight, you come back for Williams Grove. Your first thoughts, because you went flag to flag pretty easy in your heat. What's your first thoughts about what the track looks like tonight?
It's typical Williams Grove. Going to be hard to pass. Hard to get any moves done in one corner. So, going to have to stay patient and work, guys. It's more like asphalt short track racing than anything.
Well, 5 races, 5 winners. One, no one has doubled up, and you have a real opportunity, especially starting at the front of this thing tonight. Are we going to be able to see our first 2-time winner?
I'm hoping so. I learned a lot in practice the other night that if you put this car on this track in the right spot, it's pretty hard to get around it, even if you're slower. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, man. Well, we're going to wish you luck. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of it. One way or another, whether it's the top of the podium or just on the podium, and keep the rough side facing down all night, all right?
All right. Sounds good, Roger.
That's Kurt and I. Won a few weeks ago. You see, we got, you know what? We got another one of our drivers. Dylan DeWert, you got a copy?
I hear you.
All right, man. Well, I'm talking to a couple of the guys that have already won races in the series. We've had 5 races. We have not had a repeat winner. Williams Grove, always fun, but always tough. How's it looking out there tonight?
I think the track is going to be pretty racy. I think you're going to have a couple different lanes. People are going to be able to run for a little while. I mean, the track's not too beat up. There's a couple spots that are a little, slick, but nothing crazy. A lot of good guys out here. It should be a good race.
All right, man. Are you going to be the driver that breaks through and becomes the first second-time winner in season number 25?
I would like to think so, but if I had to place money on it, I would put my money on my teammate.
Oh, so you think he's going to get to 2 first? All right. I can follow that logic. All right, man. So, where you're starting? How hard is it going to be to pass cars?
Oh hell, where am I starting, Rod?
About 3rd row outside, maybe. I'm trying to remember where you finished in your heat race.
Oh no, I start second. All right, well.
You're starting up front. Good job.
No
right. Invert.
Well, there's those pros and cons to that, so we'll see how it goes. It might end up being up there and then kind of losing the feel for where the track is fastest. That happens often when you're up front. But hopefully we don't have to play that game, and maybe I can get out there and just set the pace and do my own thing.
Well, I got to ask you, because this series runs no mirror, so it's hard to kind of keep an eye behind you where some of these guys are running at. What are you relying on to make sure that you're finding all the fast spots on the track?
I have my relative up, so I kind of know when people are super close, so I just to hold my line. But a lot of times by sound, before I even look at that, a lot of times I'll hear somebody, either on my left or my right, and I'll look down to see how close they are. Sometimes they're on top of you, and you have no idea. But a lot more searching, reading the track, finding where you kind of want to be amidst the chaos. A lot of times that's what makes it. And then if obviously you're running in the pack, trying to run where people aren't, trying to find the bite where it is, where it isn't. Just got to play around a little bit, and hopefully you find a good spot and you stick with it. And if there's a track transition, I mean, depending on how many cautions you got, being able to find it before somebody else does. But I prefer running with no mirrors, because then you don't have the people that are watching the mirrors.
I agree with you 100%, my man. Well, we're going to wish you luck out there tonight. Do what you got to do to make yourself the first two-time winner, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to the end of this thing.
All righty, sir. Well, thank you.
That is Dylan DeWert, driver of the 20 car. We'll see if he can make himself the first two-time winner this season. Just a few seconds left in this warm-up session, and then it's going to be time to pound the ground and bring the lightning and the thunder. Big block modifieds for 40 laps. Round 6 for the Rock and K Logistics Big Block Modifieds on Monday Night Thunder, the Dirt Slingers Racing League. Don't forget about our second show in about an hour. We'll be done with these guys and the Justin Jim Steakhouse 360 Wing Sprint Cars. We'll get into action. And then we'll be at Lincoln Speedway. So we're staying in Pennsylvania. We're just moving down the road a piece. So here is your starting lineup.